I had the goddamn plan!
Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to InfernoKun back with The Walking Dead, the final season, here talking about a pretty cool topic. Before that, today's sponsor is the Amino app, which is quite surprising because I love community-based stuff, and Amino is just that, a community-based app that has many different communities that you can go ahead and make discussions, go ahead and participate in polls, and even my favorite part, which is the artwork. I love seeing artwork, ones of Clementine, Violet, and Lewis. They're all so great, and having it all in one place is definitely really awesome here. So I made a poll, which is pretty much asking you guys your favorite YouTuber in the community. Pick me or not, they're all great. I won't fault you if you don't pick me, but go ahead and vote on that poll. All you gotta do is pretty much go ahead and click the link in the description box below or in the pinned comment, or be difficult and go ahead and type in Amino on the iOS or Android store. Download it once you're in the app. You can go ahead and search up TWDG, and then you'll find the community. Go ahead and join that, and then search for me, InfernoKun, if you couldn't guess, and that should be it. So if you make artwork, post it there, because I want to see it. I want to see artwork every day. Enough of that, let's go ahead and get into today's discussion, which is about everyone's favorite redhead, not Bonnie, Minerva, Ten's adoptive sister. In episode 3, she plays a role as Lily's personal bodyguard, or more of a soldier for the Delta boat community, Lily's group. Okay, so that's definitely very important because we know that Marlon basically traded Sophie and Minerva in exchange for safety for the boarding school and everybody that inhabited it. So that's what happened to Minerva. We know that as of right now she's not dead or anything. She's a-okay, but unfortunately Sophie is not. Okay, so of course we had the revelation in episode 3 that Minerva killed Sophie in order to go ahead and stay at the Delta camp, or at least the boat with Lily. So that was definitely a really good story. I like how they went ahead and did that. You know, they had Sophie and Minerva try to escape. Sophie really wanted to go away, but then in the end, Minerva had to put Sophie down in order to go ahead and stay at the camp. And I can imagine that might have been very traumatic for her as a character. We'll go ahead and get into that a bit later. But it's very great. I think Minerva actually is kind of like one of the spotlights of the season, because she's kind of like what we want Lily to go ahead and be. While we have pretty much Lily over here, she's very one-dimensional, just evil to be evil. We have Minerva, who is obviously conflicted and has done a bunch of bad stuff, and she kind of might be second-guessing herself sometimes. We'll see about that in episode 4. But for the most part, she is extremely pro-Lily and pro-Delta at the moment. In some parts, you can go ahead and see her kind of caring about Ten a lot in episode 3, but then you see her actually not ratting, the group out to Lily when they call her over. So that's definitely very important to note there, which pretty much begs the question, can Minerva be redeemed? We kind of hope that Lily could be redeemed, but at this point, she might be a bit far gone mentally, and of course her being dead as an option. So I think Minerva is a potential candidate for redemption, Of course the thumbnail says redhead redemption. She could possibly get a redemption arc for her character, because I believe she can be complex. She showed a lot of emotion throughout the episode that shows me that she's not completely down-to-earth evil, and we'll have to see about that in episode 4. But as of right now, she thinks that complying with Lily is the only way to survive, okay? And I can understand where she's coming from, okay? She is scared. She definitely has to be scared, because pretty much she tried to escape once, and what happened? They made her kill her own sister, and now that definitely could have traumatized her, just scared her into basically just complete obedience no matter what, okay? She definitely has to be scared, and that could make her believe that, hey, this is the only way we can survive if we go ahead and comply with Lily and do what she says. If we don't, people die, okay? She said it at the end of episode 3, towards the end, in the cells, during her last little speech. That was definitely, like, the power in that was definitely really, really good, and hats off to the actress. She did a wonderful job, and I think that adds a lot to Minerva as a character. So there are a bunch of things that can happen to Minerva in episode 3. Kinda, if you go ahead and have Violet captured, she kinda clings a lot more to Minerva and trusts her a lot more, a little bit, pretty much. And then, whenever Clem breaks out and fights Minerva, that ends off with, of course, Clementine knocking out Minerva. And then Violet stays with Minerva and tell Clem to go. She kind of clings on to Minerva a lot more. Kind of like she, still has feelings for her in a way. In some case, I'm not sure about that, but we'll see more about that in episode 4, hopefully. Then we had the other option that happens to her, which is pretty much Lewis being captured, where Violet then ends up shooting Minerva in the shoulder, which is not very nice, of course, but she ends up comforting Minerva as well and stays with her down in the boat as well. So either way, Minerva either gets knocked out or penetrated in the shoulder by an arrow. So that's definitely very, very important. Violet stays with her either way, which could hint at, depending on what the circumstances are, Minerva could end up, maybe back with Violet in some way. But what's very, very, very important here to consider is, what will Minerva think about Lily at the end, killing James or whatever, or Lily actually being dead? Okay, what if Minerva were to be the villain of the season in episode 4, at least, I think Minerva must play a key role in episode 4, at least when it involves, Lily, if she's dead or not, and maybe even Violet, and just various things like that. I think that Minerva can be a pretty great and complex character and can make up for Lily, depending on if she's alive or not. So let's go ahead and get into if Lily is dead. Of course, Lily being the leader of that specific squadron in the Delta Camp boat. Looking at that, Minerva is kind of free from Lily's control, okay? Her being dead means that Minerva doesn't have to go ahead and conform to Lily's standards or just her way of life and being in that group. But there is a possibility that she may be so clinged to this group that she could possibly end up taking whatever is left of them and becoming like a leader. Not really, she's kind of young, but still being a member of the Delta, whatever is left of them, and just kind of like being an antagonist in that way. Alternatively, she can probably be like, okay, I'm free, I'm no longer scared, we can go ahead and go back to the school and be a-okay. But then there's also the chance that she may still be scared of what happens when the Delta, the main actual camp, finds out what happens. Because obviously I do think that somebody is above Lily, therefore Minerva may be scared of what's going on there. Maybe the people who told Minerva to go ahead and kill Sophie wasn't Lily and was somebody higher in control than Lily, okay? So that could be an option there for Minerva. Alternatively, looking at the flip side, where you have Lily alive, that could be a conflict of interest for Minerva because Lily is alive and a bunch of stuff is going down, okay? Lily actually pointed a gun at Ten's head. Minerva probably won't be very happy with that and could end up turning on Lily and coming back to us, the boarding school. So that's definitely an option there as well. Alternatively, we could have Minerva coming back to Lily and just being a mindless brainwashed soldier once again. Those are two different options that I can see regarding whether Lily is alive or if she is dead. I really hope Minerva does play a key part in episode 4, at least for the first half or so, because she's definitely a pretty cool character that can shape up to be a pretty awesome character. Whether she has a redemption arc that Lily kind of missed out on, because I think that with having Lily being so one-dimensional, always evil, there is room for Minerva to go ahead and be redeemed, okay? She's young, she has been very, very, very emotional, and a bunch of stuff has happened to her that she still lingers on. So I think that looking at Lily, looking at Minerva, I think Minerva has a very, very, very high possibility and would make a lot of sense for her to be redeemed in episode 4. Hey, there is the option of whether you want her to redeem herself or not, okay? I've seen a bunch of people who do not like Minerva, and I understand why. I don't like her very much either. She is very, very, very mean, and she has shown no sign of being redeemed as of right now, okay? We tried to help her out various different times, and she was like, yo, just give up. She whacked Clem on the head, okay? No one does that. She has to pay, okay? But, you know, there is the option of it being an option, it being a choice. Whether you want to accept Minerva and be okay with what she has done, or you kind of just be like, no, okay, Minerva gotta die, I don't like you, Minerva, you gotta go, okay? But this may affect 10 as a character, but we'll get more into 10 in a separate video discussing his role in episode 4, which will definitely be pretty awesome as well. So that's all I have, I believe, about Minerva. So my question is, I don't think that it should be like a whole kill or spare Minerva thing. I think that she should probably be exiled, okay? My question is, would you allow and forgive Minerva to be redeemed, or would you exile her from the boarding school forever? Goodbye. You're gone. We don't trust you no more. That's the question I have. Alternatively, there could be a whole kill or spare. I don't think she's done too bad, okay? She did kind of kill her sister, but, you know, it's a hard choice there. Anyways, those are my questions. Thank you all for watching this video, and of course for leaving a like if you guys have enjoyed. And of course subscribing for more awesome Walking Dead content like this. It definitely means a lot, and I really do appreciate you guys' support on the channel. Once again, I'm InfernoKun, and I'll catch you guys next time on The Walking Dead.